Hi all, welcome to another In a 5-minute chess nutshell. Let's have a look at Michael Adams against Ju Wenjun. This is in the Tradewise Gibraltar tournament, round 6. So Michael Adams, one of Britain's strongest ever grandmasters. E4, Ju Wenjun is Chinese women's champion on a couple of times, I believe. So E6, the French defense. D4, D5, Knight D2. We have C5, the Tarrasch, which Michael Adams is a specialist in. He took on D5, took on C5 here, Knight Gf3. Pretty normal developing moves so far. Up until this point, actually, Queen E2 is like the main move here. Adams chose A4, slight deviation from the trendy Queen E2 rather. B6. We have now A5, causing some disruption. We have B5, Knight B3 hitting the Queen. The Queen goes to H5. Is she finding peace on H5? A6 kind of stops Black's bishop B7, which is sometimes very nice to have that bishop on the diagonal. B4. This has a certain downside which is exposed pretty soon. Bishop E2, looking to attack the Queen again. Knight B6. But now this rook A5, yes, the rook is gaining a tempo on the Queen, which means also the B5 square is available to white potentially. Knight BD5, blocking for a moment. Knight G5 hitting the Queen again. And again, Queen has to move. Now Bishop B5 check. It's very difficult now with the Knight pointing at F7 and the Queen ready to exchange here to play Bishop D7. King F8, unfortunately, has to be played. If we check out Bishop D7, takes, F7 drops. Not very nice. So Bishop B5 check. Things have gone very well for Michael Adams so far. Black losing casting rights. Queen takes H5. And now Bishop C6. While that knight is not protecting the other one, this is an opportunity to actually take on D5. But not taking here immediately. A6 could drop. We have Bishop E3 looking at A7, pushing the rook back to a very passive square. Knight D4 in front of the blockader, and Knight C6 to follow looks very nasty for Black, because Knight takes and Bishop C5, for example. Bishop D8 hitting the rook but giving up a pawn, trying to get some play. Knight E4 hitting the knight now. Very, very awkward. F5 is played, shedding another pawn. Knight takes F5, but getting a pawn back here. So just one pawn is the balance so far. But look at White's coordinated pieces around the center. After rook FD1, we have G6. This does create some weaknesses which are tapped into, and it actually becomes a forced checkmate from here. Check. Knight G5 check. Guess what Michael Adams plays in this position, if I give you 5 seconds, starting from now. Okay, rook D6, yeah, giving up the F5 knight, because the other one comes into D5. King G4, H3 check, King F4, Knight F3 check, and it'll be mate pretty soon, whatever Black does. Black resigned here. If King E4, then Knight D2, as the arrows mention, is checkmate. White, it can be delayed. That's just a small delay. Yeah, an impressive Tarrasch game with a novel A4. Really showed a lot of benefits. This A4 instead of the bog standard Queen E2 from Adams. He's the Tarrasch guru, basically. And yeah, another fine win for him. And he's actually doing very, very well now in the Gibraltar tournament. Okay, I hope you got something from this game. Comments, questions, likes, appreciated. And we've still got 20 seconds at least left. Thanks very much.